Going for Celestia versus Izzet apparently. Niv Mizzet Parun versus Emmara, Soul of the Accord. And we have a keepable hand here. We can go for the Mana Vault on turn 1, then hold up Remand the turn after. But we are on the draw right now, so we'll see. Okay, our opponent gets down a tap land, which is okay, but already getting the token strategy on the go. We want to see more islands than we do mountains, so a little bit unfortunate that we drew into a mountain there, but it's better than drawing into no lands at all, of course. And not going to be seeing the commander because they're stuck on white. And thought our opponent was going to swing in for 0 there just for a little bit of fun, but decided against it. And no, we don't need to do that with Mana Crypt, with Mana Vault. And yeah, we'll just hold up Remand. Don't think we're in any desperate rush to get anything out. This is a control build of Niv Mizzet Parun, and he's not the best commander. His abilities are really, really good. The thing that holds him back is his CMC. He's difficult to get out and then protect because he has, well, you can't dump colourless mana into him from something like Mana Vault. So it makes him difficult. We might as well just Remand here and get a card draw. Shouldn't insult our opponent too much. They'll be able to just get it out again next turn, assuming this thing untaps. Oh, that's a strange card. Yeah, our opponent should be able to get the commander out next turn. But then we can Lightning Bolt it if we want to. Lightning Bolt is part of a combo in this deck. We can reiterate, reset. Reiterate, reset, and Lightning Bolt. Reset untaps all of our lands during our opponent's turn. And then reiterate is 3, and 3 for the buyback. And we can copy a target instant or sorcery spell. So we copy the reset and keep on tapping our lands, and we get infinite mana, and then we can Lightning Bolt our opponent multiple times with the reiterate. I think we just go for the, well, we'll pretend to hold up some kind of counter magic. We'll go for the Wheel of Fate here. Struggling on blue mana. I mean, even if we get another blue mana, we can at least hold up Desperate Ritual into the Mystic Confluence and get some counter magic on the go. My opponent is now up on lands. So let's see what we get here with our draw. Just need to quickly get past these. Another mountain. Yeah, we only have something like 6 mountains in the deck. I mean, it at least puts us on 3 red for getting our commander out eventually. But I'm just wondering if we Lightning Bolt this thing now. I think we do just Lightning Bolt it before they start getting Convoke things out and all that type of stuff. Okay, getting a Heroic Intervention out of the hand, I don't mind that at all. Yeah, that's fine with me. I'll go over this commander as soon as it's here. It's a 2/2 for 2, and whenever it becomes tapped, you get a white soldier creature token with lifelink. So, guessing there's some kind of infinite combo in here that taps and untaps it for a some kind of effect. It obviously is supposed to go with Convoke, which is you tap down a creature to pay for the mana cost of a Convoke spell, or pay 1 towards the mana cost of a Convoke spell. And it becomes tapped, so Aura Shards does trigger, and that means our opponent gets to blow up the Mana Vault. I thought we'd be able to use that before now, that's why I played it out so early without using it. But apparently, yeah, that won't do it either. We are struggling for coloured mana here. That Desperate Ritual will come in handy once we get another blue source, but our opponent might just go off on us before then. No fun being mana screwed. Our commander, which might not see this game, is 6 mana for a 5/5. It can't be countered, it has flying. Whenever you draw a card, it deals a damage to any target, and whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery, you draw a card. That's any player, not just us. Can come in handy when you start getting a big stack full of counter spells and the like. And aura shards is, maybe your opponent will accidentally blow up their own aura shards. But they do not. And getting some value out of Emmara, Soul of the Accord, because they can actually swing in with it. I wonder what they can do with it when they can't swing in. Okay, Arcane Denial actually lets us do something next turn, and it'll give us some card draw. So we'll see if we can get into an island or a fetch or something. I'd even take an Anger of the Gods or something at this point, especially now that Heroic Intervention's out of the way. They might be running the 3 mana white populate card that makes everything indestructible. Okay, we definitely want to get rid of that. It's no Prophet of Kruphix, but Seedborn Muse can still do some nasty things. Especially if they want to untap their commander and then tap it down again with a different effect, something like Chord of Calling or something like that. Opponent's going to swing in for 5 again, and gaining nice amounts of life while doing this. And it doesn't look like we'll be able to have any artifacts or enchantments on the battlefield. We do have quite a lot of mana rocks in the deck, so might be worth trying to get rid of that as soon as we can, but it's difficult in Izzet colours. There we go, and tapping down the... how did they do that? This doesn't have Convoke, does it? I don't know how they did that. Well, they convoked something out there, I think. Right, we'll put this on first. And we draw a card, get into... yeah, Fact or Fiction will do it. I don't know how many suspend counters are on that thing now. Do we get to just cast that? Alright, well we might as well just cast this now. Refuel our hand. Okay, Anger of the Gods, draw straight into it, and some islands eventually, so that's really good. We will... are we going to use that Mana Crypt? Well, that's 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. We can get down a Dak Faden, I suppose. Yeah, we'll go for Mana Crypt, let them blow it up if they want to. It's 1, 2, and 3. We'll get down Dak Faden, and then that will allow us to loot. There's no artifact to gain control of, is there? No. No artifact to steal from our opponent, so we'll just go for the... Jaya Ballad would be useful. But we don't have the red for that, do we? So we'll just go for... I think we'll keep hold of Dig Through Time. Get rid of that, and Taxian Probe our opponent. Okay, they have Curse of Bounty, a Dust to Dawn. I don't think that will affect us, although that Dawn might come in handy for them. Glare of the Subdual, Core Haven, Reconnaissance, Smuggler's Copter, Temple Garden. Don't know if I'm too worried about anything there. Ooh, Spell Pierce is nice to draw into. So we'll go for Anger of the Gods, swipe the board, and we'll hold up Spell Pierce on our opponent. Make them spend some more mana. If they want to go for the... they didn't put the commander in the bin, so I thought they might do that for the Dawn. But Dawn isn't in the graveyard anyway, so I suppose it's just worth playing the 4 mana to get it out. We can't do anything about that. Our opponent going for the Aura Shards on the Mana Crypt, of course, which is fine. It at least saves us a Mana Bolt, a Lightning Bolt. And tapping down for another Convoke. Okay, yeah, we'll always yield to that. And more Aura Shards triggers. I don't want to auto-yield to that just in case we can bounce something back that we want to keep at some point. I don't think we'll be doing that, but... Okay, Incursive Bounty being played here, so whenever Enchanted player is attacked, untap all non-land permanents you control. Each opponent attacking that player untaps all non-land permanents they control. Wow, that is... that's something. Spell Pierce makes them use 2 mana, doesn't it? Yeah, so that is... Yeah, I don't think that hurts them any, apart from the 2 life from the Ancient Tomb, so we'll go for it on this instead. And pass over to our opponent. So what have we gotten rid of there so far? There is these 2, Smuggler's Copter, the Curse, the Temple. I think that's it. So we'll see what we can do. Alright, Wheel of Fortune is something. We can get our commander out. Not the... Well, we can get our commander out, but I was thinking of the Planeswalker there. And then just go straight into a wheel. And then we can opt at the end of our opponent's turn. Let's get some of these on the go. We can ditch a mountain and a Sulphur Falls. We care more about islands in this deck, so Turnabout is part of a High Tide combo. If you can get lots of copies of instants and sorceries onto things, you can copy Turnabouts and High Tides and things like that and generate a lot of mana, but unfortunately we were screwed for a lot of this game, so I think we might be too far behind now. We can also bring things back from the graveyard, so no point in keeping hold of that. We've made them discard it all. Yeah, we've got Snap can untap things. Yeah, it can untap lands. Ooh, Doubling Season is not what we want to see. We could just go for an opt here and see if we can do anything about that. And it's an island on top, we can put that on the bottom. And nope, can't do anything about that, so we'll just yield till the end of the turn. Yeah, so we've got High Tide in the graveyard. We could go for something like Past in Flames and try and do something with all this. We could do with a bonus round or something like that, to be honest. That will copy everything that we do. And see where these are going. Okay, they're worried about the Jaya Ballad, which is fine. That does actually distract them from our life total, which is getting quite low. But yeah, I've never looked at Curse of the Bounty before. That's really good. Untap all non-land permanents you control. And it's just when they're attacked, so they don't even have to... That is really powerful. They don't even have to deal combat damage. Each opponent attacking that player untaps all non-land permanents they control as well. Okay, and going to get some card draw off the Dawn of Hope. Whenever Enchanted player is attacked, I take it we are the Enchanted player, untap all non-land permanents you control. Each opponent attacking that player untaps all non-land permanents they control. Yeah, did they untap their lands here? I don't think they did. They didn't enchant themselves, surely. Did they enchant themselves with that? Let me have a look at this. That's the wrong one. Yeah. Am I really going to scroll through all this? Let's have a look, see if we can find a curse. What's triggered ability? No, we don't care about that. Our opponent waiting for us? No. Curse, 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 curse. Where are you, curse? Yeah, targeting us. So I don't know why that didn't trigger. Unless I missed our opponent casting a spell or something. I think they tapped down for 5. And then got down the doubling seat. Oh, I don't know what's going on now. I'm totally lost. They had some tap lands after they swung in. Oh, it's non-land permanents. Duh. Can you tell I've never seen this card before? Yeah, so it just untaps the creatures and it's good for generating some tokens with Emmara. Alright, back round to our turn. We can hold up the cryptic command and go for some filtering with Giant Ballard. So if we discard 3 cards here, we can go for the land and the... Is it Signet? Hope we draw into another land, which we do. Okay, reiterate with Turnabout could do something. How much mana do we need to hold up for Cryptic Command? So we'd have 3 available to us. Let's see if we can... Do we want to steal that artifact from our opponent? I don't think we do. Untap a target creature? Yeah, I don't think I'm too worried about that yet. Cyclonic Rift will do it. So we can ditch Telling Time and ponder. Can we get down Thran Dynamo first? No, we'll be a mana short, so we'll just see what our opponent does. And if they try and do anything flashy like a Crater Hoof or something like that, we can throw it all back into their hand and put them on the back foot a little bit. They've of course got the mana to recast everything, but I'm doing the right thing, going in for the swing first before we do anything, because we could evacuate, Cyclonic Rift, anything. So they want to swing in first and then they have the mana held up for their second main phase to actually respond. Alright, spreading. So now we know that they want to get rid of the tokens here. Get rid of the planeswalkers with tokens. Let all this go on. Let the Curse of the Bounty untap their non-land permanents. Yeah, when you see a new card on and you're trying to record sometimes, it's difficult to... Had I have read that when not being recorded and having to talk through everything, it would have been a simple card to understand, but apparently it isn't when you're trying to talk and play at the same time and read cards. We'll Cyclonic Rift back to our opponent. I don't think there's anything they can do about that, unless they have the white counter spell, which they do not, so just see if our opponent can rebuild any kind of speed now. When they do get a big token army back on the battlefield, we can Cryptic Command them, which will tap down all their permanents. Anointed Procession coming back out. We'll just auto-yield to all this actually and let our opponent quickly get through everything they can. They can't get down the doubling season, thankfully. So just deciding what it is exactly that they want to get out. And this is actually, I underestimated this card, this is actually really good. Tap and untap creature you control to add 1 mana of any colour. Just a really slow land, but with this commander it's actually really good. Because they generated mana just now, and then got out a couple of soldier tokens as well. So that works really nicely. And Dawn of Hope is a card I need to get going in. One of my life gain decks. I might put it in my Tristani Discord deck. There's a sub life gain theme in that. And this is just a cheaper Well of Lost Dreams. Can we get back with Sun Titan, which is good. Now then. Do we have High Tide in the graveyard? We do. So we could go for... Why don't we Personal Tutor for Past in Flames. Let's see if we can do something now. Past in Flames, and then we can Frantic Search. Actually, why don't we get the mana off Jaya, and then Frantic Search. And oh, that's an extra turn card. Well, we can ditch the Thran Dynamo. And oh, that's tough now. Cryptic Command I really shouldn't get rid of here. Well, we're going to try and go off this turn. I'm no Storm Commander player, so as you can probably tell. And I've got to untap one of my opponent's lands. Right, I'll just untap that and you can shock yourself if you want to. So, already a fail there. Should have tapped down another land. We can go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, let's see how much that is. And then we can turnabout first. Actually, do we just take... I think I just want to take an extra turn here, to be honest. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, we've got to pay 2 blue. Maybe we could have reiterated there, but I'd like to pay for reiterate with the flashback. Alright, our opponent is conceding there. I think that's premature. We weren't... Sometimes when opponents see some kind of pushback on their deck and they just want to turn everything sideways and smash face, if they're not able to do that consistently, they just don't want to play the game. I don't know how close we were to doing anything there. I was going for Past in Flames so that we could do instant and sorcery cards from our graveyard. Then we could make use of where is it? High Tide. And High Tide would be a card that could double up our islands. And then we could go for something like Turnabout and copy it with the Reiterate and bounce the Reiterate back to our hand. Turnabout, the copy of it would resolve. It would untap all our lands, and then we would tap them down for lots of mana because we're getting double mana from the High Tide on the islands, and then we would Reiterate again and just keep doing that for lots of mana, and then I dare say there was something in our graveyard that we could have gone for there. So maybe the turn was won next turn. It would have been nice to show it to you, but that's the type of thing that we're going for in this deck. And if our commander is out on the battlefield while that's all happening, then that's even more damage and card draw. So, good stuff, but you don't really need the commander to run the deck. That's kind of how I've designed it, because Niv Mizzet the Parun is a pain in the neck to keep out there, basically. It's a pain in the neck to get out in the first place because it's 6 coloured pips, but to keep it out there is even more difficult. I'm tribalkai on the EDH channel, and thank you for watching.